Davies, welcome back to another week of Talking Trophies, your favorite Melbourne podcast. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, like, share, do all of that stuff. Before I introduce the guest, I gotta give a quick shout out to the Deevs. I did a quick run for Palestine. My family registered me for. You know what I mean? I had to go do it, send some aid to Gaza or something to orphans. And after that, we went for lunch with the fams. I went for lunch with the fams and we're just kicking it, we're munching. And I ran in, and then while we're sitting there, two Deevs approached us. Two Muzi Deevs, and they said, hey, we love the podcast. We love watching your content. We're always into it. We're always in tune. And I was with the fams. Firstly, Davies, don't ever come to me. Deevs can, but Davies can't. Don't approach me when I'm with the fams. But the Deevs came and, bro, I was like, oh, thank you, appreciate it, this, that. Kaz, I think my mom just looked. Yeah? Bro, my mom looked, Kaz, she goes, okay. Because my mom doesn't care about the pod at all. Like, she doesn't have any interest. She's like, it's just he's doing his guy things, whatever. And, bro, she looked and she was a bit shocked. So thanks to those Deevs, we got another 4 years of doing the podcast with no pressure. Mom's support is behind us now. She believes in the dream. She believes in the cause. You know, the thing is with immigrant parents, they need to see things. They don't see numbers. They don't see data. They need to see things physically. They're still old school. They need to see things in person.
So tangible.
Yes. So when the Deevs came and said, we watched Talking Trophies. What a blessing. Thank you, Deevs. But big guest today, big episode today. We got I'd say an influential individual on socials, into branding. He runs a 6-figure media agency. And how I actually found him is through my TikTok algorithm. And I've mentioned this before, my TikTok algorithm, I use the Talking Trophies account just to go on TikTok. I only use it for gym content and motivation. And when I saw someone from Australia, I was a bit confused because this doesn't normally happen. So the fact that he came on my algorithm, I said, okay, there's something going on here. Sussed out the profile, I said, okay, this guy looks like the real deal. He looks legit. We need to get him on the pod. It's Harly from South Australia. Welcome to Talking Trophies.
Making the Adelaideans proud.
Yes. Bring the mic into you, get a bit comfy. Thanks for jumping on, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro. Hope you liked the intro I gave you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. It made me sound like I'm the main character. It's just like weighing 200 pounds, coming from South Australia in the red corner, about to fight.
Yeah.
But nah. And like I was talking before the pod as well, Harley is like the white name that has gone through and I've just rolled with it. But it was an interesting story how it came out to be because my actual name is Laksha. That's the first name. And the last name is Hajani. And when you go to uni, they take the first 3 letters of your last name. So that was H-A-R. And they take 2 random letters from your first name. And they happen to take L and Y. And that was Harley043 at unisa.edu.au. So when I had like a group project, all of them being white and me being the brown dude, this guy goes, man, I'm just going to call you Harley. I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, go with it. And then I made a TikTok account, which I don't use anymore because it's like 70K or 60K followers or whatever. But that was very gym heavy. I was like trying to reach out to the younger dudes like Gym Bro, Ziz, and all that bodybuilding kind of content. Obviously, I've grown out of it, but I named that account as Skinny Harley because I was skinny at that point in time. I was documenting how I'm going to get jacked. And that account blew up. And after that, I had like a few people be like, oh, Skinny Harley. Oh, he's Harley. So I was like, you know what? If it's easier for everyone to go with Harley, I'll just go with it. But that is why my username's still on Instagram is like my actual name because I don't want to completely get rid of the identity that my mum and dad gave me. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. So you have the @ as your name?
Yeah.
And Harley as just like the
nickname. You can
say.
say.
The poster name.
Yeah.
Bro, so how I found your content, actually, there was a video, Never Had a Girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. That video, I didn't even expect it like it was going to do well.
Yeah.
And it's like $250,000 or 250 to 300, something like that.
So I seen that video and I was like, okay, that's how I found you. And I seen your content. And there is a shift in this is your personal account. So like you speak about like modern day dating and stuff.
Yeah.
And you do target, I think the younger kids are into it. Because generally you're applying to like burner accounts and generally burner accounts are like young kids that, like 15, 16 years old. They're not going to say how they really feel. They're on their main account. So they'll make a burner account and like comment the actual thoughts.
Yeah.
What's the issue with young men in the modern day dating scene?
I'm not even actually catering to that audience. Honestly, I'm just kind of reaching out to the older version of me. Because I know when I am young, or I was young, like 17, 18, 19, that kind of age, you have these dudes, they play soccer, they play footy, they play cricket, whatever they do, they're fit. They get a little bit more attention from the females. Everyone seems to like them. I wasn't one of them. I was never one of them. So for me to look at them, and as a kid, you don't really understand what's wrong. Yeah, like, okay, I am a little bit fat, or maybe I'm skinny, or I'm not attractive from the physical standpoint. But then you do feel like, why do they deserve love or attraction and I don't? Like, what's wrong with me? And that's why that video did, I think, really well, because I was just like saying the same stuff. It's fine. A lot of people did comment on that video. I feel like I'm missing out on teenage love. And like I would say to anyone, it's like, love is love whenever you find it, but it's just the urgency in the moment when you're like, fuck, he's got a missus. He slept with three different girls last week. That one's got a missus. They've been in a relationship for 4 years. Everyone around you seems to have like a little bit of ball rolling. Everyone's in motion, but your life is just like that stagnant, like pond. There's just like nothing happening. And a lot of dudes do feel bad about that.
Yeah.
And the one action that you can realistically take is actually not focusing on getting someone, but becoming someone, if that makes any sense. Because then you're probably going to attract someone who's into the similar sort of things that you're into.
How do you think people can get that? That's the thing. I think everyone, you said I felt like a main character, even when I did the intro.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to feel like a main character.
Yeah, 100%.
But the problem is every main character has to have a script. He has to have a storyline.
Yeah.
How do you think someone can set up a storyline, develop that storyline?
Everyone's story is going to be different. We all know that. And it's going to be coming out of their personal experiences. For me, that storyline was, I have to start with gym. And how that happened, I was working at Woolies. Back in 2019, I started working. It would be like a few months, or maybe like 6 months or 7 months kind of thing. And I started liking a girl. I really started liking her. Not because I've never even talked to her, just the way she acts at work or the aura that she has. I was like, positive, really positive. She's cute, she's my type. And then I get to know that, obviously, we started talking a little bit, but she was only talking to me because she was getting attention out of me. And I didn't know that. For me, in my mind, I'm just like sunshine and rainbows. I'm like, yep, this is going to be the one. I'll tell her one day. But then when I finally got to know that she's only been talking to me for attention, I didn't confront her or anything, but it was just like, oh, fuck. That's a shit feeling. And then the next week, I found out the guy she likes, who is it? And you know, when you get told, like, this is your active comparison, you start pointing out things, okay, he has this, he has that I don't. There would be a million things that maybe I had on him. I would not even look at the positives. I would only see the things that I don't have. And the biggest thing that kind of stuck out was he's got muscle. He's built.
Bro, he's jacked.
Yeah, he was. And, like, he's shorter than me.
Short king.
but he's still...
Not taking anything away from a short king. The thing is, the short brothers, I got to say, guys, they go to the gym 2 days and they look absolutely ripped.
Smaller frame, you feel like faster. That's your, like, golden... what do you call it? That's like your golden wish that gets granted by God. Like, I want to get jacked faster without steroids. There you go. But yeah, the only bigger thing that I could physically see that he had on me was the physique, the muscles. Like, his sleeves are filled out. My sleeves are just fucking like curtains on my sleeves, and he's filled out. So I'm just like, oh, well, that's probably going to be the thing that is going to help me not get her, but in the future to make sure that I don't feel shit like that. It could be a lot more things, like he knows how to talk. He's confident in himself. He's confident in his own skin. But for me, that like mental part was not a thing. I was like, I can see he's jacked, and that's how I'm going to start going to the gym. Started going to the gym. Obviously, I was going at times when there was no one in the gym because I didn't want anyone to look at me because I'm skinny. Like, why would I want to be in the environment where there's multiple people who are better than me and I'm actively looking at all of these better people and being like, fuck, I'm not.
So you don't find motivation from that?
I did. That is why I went to the gym.
No. As in, when you go to the gym and you see people bigger than you, that doesn't, like, for example, with me, yeah?
Yeah.
If, even me, whenever I'm a bit overweight, whatever.
Yeah.
I go to the gym, I make sure I'm around the biggest people.
Yeah.
I'm lifting next to them as motivation because I have toxic competitiveness.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see someone better than me to do something, like, for example, like to train
100%.
harder. So for example, even today, like, I don't do runs. I'll never do a run. Boring. I'm not doing those races where they're going for the marathon. I normally go run by myself.
Yeah.
I do my own runs.
Yeah.
Bro, I got one of my fastest times. I did like 8Ks in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a runner. But the only reason I ran that quick because I'm seeing runners run in front of me. The people that are running in front of me are actual runners.
Yeah.
Whenever I've seen someone with a bit of trackies running past me and they're not wearing short shorts, they don't have the electrolytes in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The legit ones. I'm sprinting past them until I can't breathe because I have that
You're
toxic
getting
embedded.
stitches on the side.
I had stitches.
Yeah.
I actually ran and I was like, I've got stitches, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to faint like 3 times and I pushed myself because I have that toxic competitiveness. So like, for example, you're saying when you were, let's just say, trying to get into the gym, you didn't want to go at the time where the jack people were.
We are quite similar when you say we've got toxic competitiveness. But for example, running, you can see the results straight away at the end of the race. Yeah, I did it faster. Building muscle, though, is going to take time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be next to them working out because then I'm going to be focused more on them than my exercise. So I eventually after like 6 months, I started going at peak times. I changed my gyms to the influencer gym where everyone, like the beautiful girls would go, the bigger dudes would go. Because at that point in time, I was like, yeah, I'm not as big as them, but I stand my own ground. Like, okay, I can be not compared to them still, but it looks like I worked out. I have a little bit more, evidence.
Yeah.
Having self-belief is really good. I can have all of the self-belief in myself, but if there's no evidence to back me up, that self-belief is just delusion. Like, I can't back it up. So when eventually I disappeared for that 6 to 8, when I disappeared for that 6 to 8 month mark, everyone just like started noticing.
Yep.
And the people who told me like, looks don't matter, or I actively felt that a lot of people didn't listen to me at work. I would say something and it would just get shrugged off. Okay, fair enough.
I think respect is, like, with all due respect, to an overweight listener or a super skinny listener, appearance doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
How you want to be respected is how you respect yourself. That's how people generally see it. Yeah. If you're someone that's like in shape, it means, hey, this person respects themselves enough that they're going to work out and push themselves.
And then you demand respect.
In a way, yeah, because, and it sounds toxic. Like, it sounds like this is societal expectations. It's not. It's because it's like someone goes, hey, look, this guy looks really good in shape, or this woman looks really in shape. She looks after herself. So she has high regard for herself.
100%.
And generally, as you said, people start.
And the standards you hold yourself up to is the standards people are going to base you off. And if they see you're flabby or fat, or you're built like a stick, or you're not doing anything at all in your life, like, hey, fuck that dude. Like, what has he got going on for himself? Nothing. So you're just going to be another, what's the video game term? NPC.
NPC, yeah.
That's
I
it.
see what you're saying. But I got a challenge on that, but I respect the challenge, like get in shape and stuff. But I think one thing our generation really struggle on is the interior.
100%.
You can, I got mates that are overweight or underweight, but they're confident, they're secure in themselves as people. They speak with good manners and regards, and they have a good tone of voice, and they work on the interior. For example, like they remove pettiness from them. That's something we see a lot in this modern day and age. People like pettiness. That's an interior default. You know, confident. That's something interior. You have to tell yourself, I'm a confident person. If you keep telling yourself I'm shy, you're gonna become shy. And I think our generation, 100% get in shape, fit. But I think what we also need to work on is the interior, becoming better people as well as individuals and challenging ourselves. But tell us, so you're at Woolies and your co-workers are listening to you now.
I think most of them, they kind of know the story of what happened. But long story short, if we were to like get rid of this little story part was...
Nah, keep the story. We love it. It's a pod. We want to talk, yeah. We're trying to go for as long as possible. Keep it going.
Yeah, a few months later, one of my mates would go out to town. And this is like the time I've kind of disappeared. I don't really go out at all. I'm still like doing my thing, making gym videos. My TikTok's blowing up. So there's motion in my life. The ball's rolling. And he puts his phone down like a little bit. And that girl happens to be at the same place. So they're sitting on like the same table or whatever. And she says something along the lines of, I don't know why Harly, Laksha, stopped talking to me. I never even rejected him. And he's like, well, he never asked you out. So how were you going to reject him in the first place? But as bad as it might sound, but after that little statement, when I heard it, I was just like, my purpose with her is fulfilled. I feel content now. Not that I'm ever going to chase her again or I'm going to pursue her again, but there was just, I'll be lying if I said, nah, that didn't matter to me. Because a lot of people, I think, try to be cool. It's like, oh, I wasn't doing it for her anymore. I was just doing it for yes, I was doing it for myself. But that little statement made me happy. I was like, she realizes. She knows. And even though she doesn't know that video was going to go to me or I was going to hear that little audio part, like she's acknowledged that she understands that I've been working hard. So it was clearly visible. I was like, fair enough, man. At this point, like that chapter was closed for me completely. I was like, I'm happy and I can move on from there. But then I think once you get into the physique-based side of things, because I also competed in bodybuilding after that, there's just never going back on how good you're going to feel about yourself when it comes to physique. Because there's always, like you said, toxic competitiveness.
Yep.
There's always going to be body dysmorphia, the term's overused. But then, at least for me, people are like, you should not be comparing to someone who's been training longer than you. Fuck no. If I keep comparing myself to that guy, I'm going to show up on the days when I don't want to. Because I'm like, he's already ahead of me. If I skip today, he's going to get even further ahead. So I got to I'm playing catch up right now.
Yeah.
And if I work slightly more, slightly harder, slightly more like intelligent, at one point we're going to be competitors. And that's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Speaking about competitiveness, don't you think, but like, let's just say you did bodybuilding, right? So you did a bit of bodybuilding. Just in well-being and gym, do you think that competitiveness is a good thing for life to have?
100%.
Because not gym, like continuously having that gym competitiveness in life, because it's going to keep pushing you to work out.
At the end of the day, it's not going to be just about working out though. It's going to be about a lot more things. Like I've said in one of my videos, I think it kind of popped up on Instagram. I was like, the car that you want to drive, someone else wants to drive it. And I think I would have heard it from someone else too. It was like, the girl that you think is attractive in the gym, 10 other guys are eyeing her as well.
Yeah,
so if
definitely.
you want her to be your wife or if you want her to be your girlfriend, she's going to pick the best option available to her. And if you are not that one, which includes how you physically look, how you carry yourself, how you talk, if you've got respect, if you've got manners, if you're not like the best option out there in everything, she's going to go for the one that makes her feel more secure and better. So that competitiveness is going to be translating into any aspect of life. If you're making $400-500 a week, you can't look after yourself, you should not be having a girlfriend. If you are not in shape and she's pretty much in shape, she's not going to go for you. If you are good looking and you're making enough money, but if you can't make her feel some sort of emotional way when you talk to her, she's going to go with slightly less physically built guy, but there needs to be like that perfect blend of everything. And that's only going to happen when you're always taking like the best parts from the people that you see. If I see some millionaire dude, but he takes a big long pause before he talks, and then he shakes hand firmly, I'm going to pick up on the good parts. And that's what I'll try to probably incorporate into my lifestyle so that I can be the best version of myself.
Do you see how, okay, a lot of words get thrown around and stuff nowadays, you know how the modern day internet is. Yeah. And they'll be like, they would call this in a way like a red pill
Advice,
approach. You know, they say that, but I personally do agree that men should. I don't agree with the whole red pill, and I think they've evolved their methodology. They've moved to like, okay, we actually have to be a decent person now.
Yeah.
But do you think this is what young men need to hear? Because we get caught up. Obviously, there's a lot of distractions in the modern day and age for young men, and a lot of young men do feel like I speak to youngins and stuff. I'm like, bro, geez, what he's doing? Like, there's no personalities, nothing. Like, they're just like, they just go through life because they feel like there's no. They don't have to actually put in effort because it's like we're not going to win anyways, even if we do put in effort.
Yeah.
So do you feel like this is like I don't know what is a red pill? Do you think people would see this as toxic in a way? And how would you rebut that?
I have to be very careful with what I say here. But I think the big thing why the red pill content or the red pill things gets thrown around and it gets catching so many eyes is that not a whole lot of people have the balls to say it, especially in public. It's like, I would not say this in public, so don't say it on camera. But then at the same time, since it's not said out loud enough, guys don't get to hear it. And I think, yes, we are in the day and age where the old ways of masculinity and feminism is just not there anymore. So there's a lot more, woke culture?
Woke?
Yeah.
As in?
The woke culture.
Yeah.
The equality and all that sort of stuff going around. Yes, I do believe that men and women are equals, but God built us in different ways, and we've got different responsibilities. There's certain things that men are genetically better at. There's going to be certain things that women are genetically better at. We all make, we make it a whole. We complement each other. It's not a competition. But then I don't understand how these,
I think it does get thrown. I'll cut in there. I think it does get thrown around as well. We're not different. As in like, we all have different experiences in the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, but like generally, I think we have evolved as a species as well as human beings. Like, men are not going out and fighting with knives and going to war and stuff. It's a different kind of man. Yeah, it's like, okay, we evolve now. Grind, work hard, work on yourself. These are the things that can make you a better man.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously, like, for example, in the modern day, hey, guys do need to be a bit more emotionally aware. No, hey, listen, that feeling in me, my body does want to go to war, but relax, yeah? Just go to the gym. Like, calm it down. Because we do have those feelings, bro. Like, sometimes guys just get a bit of rage in a way inside of them. It's like they feel anxious. They're like, why do I feel anxious? They go to the gym, and after that gym session, they're like, oh, I feel better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we have to understand ourselves as we're evolving as well. I think men are evolved. We've evolved as people, and women have evolved as well. And we have to adjust to the times that we're in instead of complaining about it.
But then, you know, when they say, oh, I want a man that chases me all the time, or a man should always pay. These are the topics that get a lot of attention. True. Does the man should always pay for the first date? I firmly believe yes. And then I've had chats with guys, they're like, nah, I'm not paying for a girl on the first date. I barely know her. I was like, if you're secure within yourself, this is just an investment towards a future partner. If it works out well, you invest it. If it doesn't, that's fair enough. And that's just basically the way I've grown up. Single child, mom and dad. Mom would spend money when I'm with her. But if dad's around, she never did. So that kind of ingrained, to me, that is normal. But then I've heard stories. I'll give you an interesting story if anyone wants to listen to it. So I go out with this girl. We're vibing and whatnot, and I offer to pay. She gets a little bit defensive. I'm like, no, like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'll get it done. That's fine. Like, I'm not challenging that you can't look after yourself or you can't pay for yourself. I just want to do it. And she was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And then later on during the night, she tells me why she got like a little bit on the off-standish side. A few weeks ago then, when she would have went for like a first date, she was quite on the side like, okay, men should pay. But this guy at the table when they're paying the bill, and he's like, I'll send you my phone number. You can PID me the money after the night. And she's like, I'll just cover the whole bill right now. And after that, she's like, that left a bitter taste in her mouth, that she's kind of on the fence. Like, I don't want no man to feel that they are obliged to pay for me because I do make enough money for myself. She's like 26 or 27. And I don't want any man to make me feel like I'm dependent on them because I've done a lot of things in my life alone. And when you said that you'll pay for the dinner, that kind of just gave me the flashback of like, oh, he's making me feel that way again. I was like, that was not my intention. And that's with a lot of women right now. I don't want you to pay for me. I can look after myself. Yes, I know you can. And you're well and truly capable of doing it. It's just me as a man, when we're going out, I don't want you to think about the financial side. That's it. But then if you kind of like cut the clips, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit and all that sort of stuff, if they've said the same thing, but in a slightly more aggressive way or slightly more like they've spiced it up, there goes the war. Everyone wants to fucking fight.
The thing is, this is something I've learned. It's not about what you say. I spoke to this about Somali. Somali Steve is here, by the way. The guy has not said a word. Yeah. He hasn't said a word today. Can you say something?
I've actually just been engrossed in the conversation. It's just been a great little 1-2 going on.
Guys, we can fact check something if you want us to. But I was going to say, I was talking to Somali Steve about this before the episode. It's not, I realized something I've learned. It's not even about what you say, it's about how you say it as well. Yeah. I think that's what the thing is. And we live in such a clickbait generation.
3 seconds.
It's 3 seconds. It's like, I said this last week. People are forming their judgment on an individual. Like, let's just say that I've lived 28 years in my life. But someone's going to form who I am as a person in 28 years in 30 seconds.
100%.
It's crazy. I think it's crazy and it's the world we live in now. But like all these guys, for example, personally, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't agree with them.
Not on everything, but certain things, yes.
They'll say certain things right, but that's what they do. They'll say certain things right, but then they'll chuck in something that's such a curveball that you don't expect, and you're like, okay, I don't agree with that. But like, that's how they get people as well. Yeah. And then some people get it like a bit extreme after that, and then just fall into a rabbit hole. But I want to go back to that never had a girlfriend experience.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys have. I think like, okay.
I haven't seen the video though. Could you rehash the video one more time? The never had a
summary
girlfriend?
Like for example, it's just like seeing everyone sees everyone in relationships and they just want to jump into it. I think you said a nice line as well. You said, just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you have to drink poison.
Oh, someone commented on my thing and they're like, nah, I'm 31. This is it. I'm going to do it. Like, there's suicidal comments on that thing. It's like, if it doesn't work out in the next 5 years, that's it, boys. Yeah, I'm done. I'm like, bro, you good? Like, who made you feel that way? And there was someone who was saying something along the lines of like, oh, no, you kind of just have to take the leap of faith, even if she's not the best girl out there or whatever. I'm like, just because you're thirsty doesn't mean that you have to drink poison. Because if you can see that the relationship with this girl is not going to be anything of value in the long run, you're basically setting yourself up for disappointment. Because as humans, the more time we spend with someone, irrespective of if the person's good or not, we're going to form the emotional bond. There's going to be connection there. And then when you know, looking back, I knew this was not going to work out. And now everything is coming to fruition. Like, it's not going to work out. We're separating ways. It's going to hurt.
Yep.
And who knows what's that going to do to your mental health.
I love that. There's a line I love. I'd rather be single wishing I was married than married wishing I was single.
And someone actually told me, no one ever died from not marrying, but a lot of people have died from marrying the wrong one.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and that's the thing. I think I think as a society, generally, like, 28, I've never had a girlfriend in my life.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, because I obviously I'm working towards marriage, but it's like, I want to commit to someone and like, this is the one. You know, like, obviously work through compatibilities, get to know people. But I'm like, okay, once I find someone, I'm like, okay, we're actually compatible. It's like, I'm going to give you my all and I'm going to work towards everything and we're going to build a life together from here on. So like, I never really had the pressure, like, and I think obviously maybe my Muslim background helps a bit. Like, it's like, okay, relax. You're not having a girlfriend, bro. Just get married. Like, if you're serious, get married. If you're not focused on yourself, do something. But like, you see it now. It's like people, like, I got friends, man, that like would jump into relationships for like 3 years. Didn't work out. On to the next. 2 years, didn't work out.
Well, I got to give props to your friends for even hanging out for 3 or 2 years. The modern dating is not going on long for that. I'm seeing people ending up in like 6 months, a year. 6 months, a year. That's the cycle that I've been seeing. And as bad as it, like, there's this one person I don't know personally, but someone I am close with, they know this person personally. And this girl, since she's jumped from relationship to relationship, the biggest moment or the period of time that she's been single is for like a month. She can't stay alone because she's clingy and she's used to having someone that her life feels incomplete when there's no one. She feels like she's been abandoned. Maybe that's from the childhood trauma or whatever, but she just keeps going for someone every 6 months. Okay, end it. Would wait for like a week or two, starts dating someone else. Good for a year, stops dating for like a week or two, starts dating someone else. And maybe, there's a little bit of patterns from the childhood trauma because I think there was a problem with like dad leaving her or whatever. But how is she ever going to actually give emotionally all of herself if so many parts of her soul are connected to so many different people in the past? Because if you're genuinely forming a connection with someone, a part of you is with them now. I think so. That's how I go about it.
For sure, because I think life is just time and experience.
Yeah.
And your life is time, end of the day. Doing an hour of the pod right now, this is a part of our life.
Yeah.
We've taken an hour out of our lives to do a pod.
Yeah.
So I've given an hour of my life to Harly.
Oh, I've given an hour. I'm like, both of you.
But going back to never have a girlfriend, what should someone do in that process? What do you think someone should do during that time? It's like, obviously you have that thought, you're like, I've never been in love, I've never had a girlfriend. What do you think is something someone should do during that time?
All right, I'll talk to the version of me that was feeling that way, yeah? Number one was, I figured out pretty early on that having a girlfriend in my mind was a status symbol. Because everyone's posting story of the hand on their story, like a little hand on hand kind of thing. I'm like, cute, I like it, love it. And then I figured out if there's 2 glasses of drinks, that means you're there with a girl. Cute. Then they would have the similar sort of bags, the Louis V bags. I'm like, oh, that's a ladies' one, that's a men's wallet. Okay, he has a girlfriend. So I figured out a lot of the times for me, why I was getting drawn to that was like, it was a status symbol. That this guy's made it. He's probably got either money or something special to him that girls are attracted to him. It's like pre-selection. If a girl is with him, pre-selection. Like, this works with the modern dating as well. I've noticed with a lot of guys, even with myself, if girls know that you already have someone that you're talking to, or if you have a girlfriend, they're more interested in you because you're pre-selected. Because he's got to be some sort of level, or he's got to be nice that this girl has selected him. So that's pre-selection. And I was like, okay, having a girlfriend is just a status symbol in my mind. I need to get rid of that. So don't worry about it. If you think that having a girlfriend posting my queen and my king stories is cute and stuff, it is, but at the same time, it's not a status symbol, bro. You're fine. You're alone. That's fair enough. You've got this time to actually be even better to attract the right person. You, for yourself, you've never had a girlfriend, 28 years. But deep down, you know, when you get someone, finally, you're trying to make that girl the happiest girl that she's ever been. because you're going to give your all to herself. So maybe you are 21, maybe you're 19, maybe you're 25. If you've never had a girlfriend, figure out where the purpose is lacking in your life right now. For me, I was going to uni and I had nothing else. I was delivering pizzas at Domino's and I was working at Woolworths. I would go to uni, come back, watch Netflix and do nothing. So there was a big lack of purpose. Yes, someone can argue your purpose was to finish uni at that point of time and then get a full-time job. But as men, like you said, yes, we're not going to wars. We don't have swords and stuff. We're not fighting anymore. But the masculine urge to build something, like you've built this podcast. For example, me, now I've built my business or I've built my social media platforms. There's always going to be something that you want to build. And the easiest way for me at that point of time was my physique. I want to build my body. So find something that you can give a little bit of time that you actually feel you have a little bit of purpose. It could be either doing your social media journey, or it could be going to the sports that you want to play. Have like a community-based sports that you're playing every Thursday and Saturday. You have a little bit more social interaction with people. You're networking and you're meeting more people. And then when you don't really have that alone time to think, I am lonely, life's going to get a little bit happier. And then the other thing, that the big thing is when you don't have a girlfriend, as bad as it's going to sound, boys, you probably have no confidence or something that's holding you back. As bad as it sounds, you're going to have to take the leap of faith. If you do see a beautiful girl in person and you think, I really like her, not just that I want to sleep with her or I just want to hit on her. If you genuinely like her, give her a compliment. Not from the perspective of, I want something from you. I just wanted to give you this compliment and get on with your day. Because the biggest thing I've found that guys are not able to approach girls in public is they're going in there with a mindset that I need something back in return. I need her to reciprocate the energy and give me her Instagram or give me her number. If it was just another dude and you liked his shoes, you'd be like, hey, cool shoes, man. And then you just walk away. He would probably give you a fist bump or he would say, thanks, mate. And he's going to walk away. So if you treat any beautiful girl just as another human and actually try to have a conversation without the sword hanging on your head that this needs to be a romantic conversation, is going to make so much easier for you to actually be a human and just have that conversation. If you're vibing with that girl, if the conversation's flowing, you know what? This conversation's really nice. I'd love to take you out for a coffee sometime. Respectfully, if you're down for it. And if she is feeling you, then she's going to say yes. She's not going to eat you alive.
It's like, what is it? Float with the world or the world will float back. Just like give your energy to the world and something will come back to you at the end of the day. I just went blank, guys. That was fire. Because I was gonna ask. Then I was gonna ask about the approaching culture. That's where my brain went. The approaching culture. It's not big in Australia. It's not a thing in Australia. It's big in America and the UK.
Yeah. Oh, there you
massive
go.
there.
Yeah. Videos of Miami and Brickell and everyone's reaching out to everyone, but no, not here.
What is it about here that is different? Why don't people feel the urge to like, hey, let me just go. Like, hey, I had a really good chat with this person. Let me just go and say, hey, do you want to go for coffee or something? Yeah.
Well, again, take it with a grain of salt. I think I'm pretty well embedded into the Aussie culture now, but I've only been here for 7.5 years. I wasn't born here. But what I've picked up is there's a preconceived notion that if you talk to someone in public, you're a creep, you're a weirdo. But it really comes down to how you approach them. Because if a girl's walking and you go from the behind, she's going to be a little bit scared. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is that? But again, if she's got headphones in, maybe let it go. Like, don't ask her to take her headphones out and whatever. But if you have eye contact, just wave. She's going to stop, talk to her. Again, she's not going to eat you alive. But at the same time, looking at all these red pill videos, we never chase women. Come on now. Red pill guys at one point are going to fucking preach masculinity. And then at the same time, it's like, we never chase women. No. The man is going to pursue the woman. That's how it's always been in the old days. So they talk about going to war and building something, but they don't mention that you also have to pursue. If she's not going to reciprocate the energy, fair enough. That's where you need to know, right? Not vibing, not bouncing off my energy. Hey, you have a good day. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't have to be salty about that. Oh, she's not really feeling me. You don't like every other car on the road. You don't even like yourself sometimes. So that's just natural that not every girl you talk to is going to like you. But I think a lot of guys who feel like, oh, I've tried it and it doesn't work out, maybe they got rejected 3 out of 3 times, and they didn't try the 4th time. So for them, the rejection rate is 100%. But only they didn't know that the 4th one was actually going to be their girlfriend. But they never reached out.
Because they say take take a few no's before you get a great yes.
Well, I think I did a video. It's like, if you know you were going to get 100 rejections before you were finally going to hit the big goal, it could be finding the girl of your dreams before finding your wife, or signing that $1 million deal with someone, with a brand, or getting the first client for your business. You'd actually be excited to get rejected. Like, I'll be like, rejected once, done. Next week, oh, I'm up to 57, done. There's few left. On 19, I'll be like, yep, I only need one more rejection and then I'm set. So there's a shift in that mental mindset. Like, your perception about rejections changed, because you know you have this quantitative goal that you can get to, and then you're successful. But just in life, you don't really have that point to go off. Be like, yep, I'm going to be successful after the 51st, or maybe after the 37th. So you kind of just lose hope. But again, hey, maybe the next one is the one. And it might be a little bit like, how long are you going to hope for the next one is going to be the one, unless it works out?
So, Marley, Steve, do a quick fact check. We're getting you involved. I want to do a fact check of how many times does a guy have to date to find their dream girl? Like, generally until they find their wife. How many individuals? On average. Yes, search that. So Somali Steve's going to fact check for us. Stats are going to come up over here. He's going to, and do short and sharp. I don't want ChatGPT giving me a whole summary pretty much. But I generally think, like, the idea of, like, take a few no's. I think the idea of, you're not a bad person. It's just compatibility is something so subjective. You can be a multi-billionaire. You can be a successful person, emotionally available, the greatest person. But some people are just not into you.
All right, what have we got here?
On average, a guy goes on 20 to 40 first dates before finding long-term dream girls. What country is this?
20
this
is
is something.
crazy.
No, do in Australia. This is some Swedish numbers, bro. Because I know the Swedes and the Scandinavians, they love a good, like, they actually openly date, like, for fun before they find their life. According choosing 31. According to Swipe Right, oh, what's that? Short and sharp, okay. In Australia, a guy averages about 30 dates before finding a long-term partner.
Not too far off.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
It's literally the average of 20 to 40, 30 in the middle.
Yeah, so you're going to meet people. You're going to get rejected how many times before you find your... I'm like, how many numbers am I on?
Have you seen anyone that's had 30 dates? Like, is 30 dates quite a high number? I feel like it's...
If you're going to correlate that to body count, I would say yes. But if it's just dates...
this whole...
if we're just talking about strictly first dates...
I'm going to throw off this whole body count thing, because this whole body count conception, I think we have in this society of just like, is the value of a person and stuff. I think it's wild, cuz. And I'm not even like... Look, I'm a bit progressive, but I'm fairly conservative when it comes to like relationships and family. Yeah? I'm very conservative. But I just think it's like, the fact that we're solely valuing people's identities and stuff based on body count is wild.
But would you say it doesn't play a role in their future relationships then?
I think it does to an extent. Obviously, jealousy is a big... I think girls don't realize how jealous guys are.
It's not even the jealousy. It's more like, if I know you've slept with 50 other dudes...
No, did he?
Yeah.
What the
So like, if that's how I know, like, a girl slept with 50 other dudes, hey, respect, you deserve love, just not from me.
50 is crazy.
Straight away. Like, there's going to be certain patterns in your behavior that I'm not going to align with.
I think, with the patterns, maybe, I think that you got a point with that, with the patterns and stuff.
Maybe you were too easy, or like some people like to call it, I had a phase. Great. I hope you enjoyed, but I can't work with that. And that's just my preference. Like, a lot of girls, I would not go for someone under 5'7", or 5'11", or 6 feet. Fair enough, that's your preference. But I don't like to talk about body count. I don't want to know yours. I don't want to tell you mine. But if you're going to try and advertise yours as a flex, now that I know it's 30, 37, 47, whatever the fuck it is, if it's high for me, now I'm turned off. Like, I didn't want to know, but you went out of the way and still told me. It's not going to work for me.
I see what you mean by that. Yeah, you got a point. I was going to come back to... There's actually a question I want to ask you about the lonely chapter. You spoke about that as well.
Oh, yeah. And I got it from Chris Williamson. Fucking love it.
Chris Williamson? Yeah.
He's
a switched on guy. I like the way he talks and delivery and stuff. Bro, I think if I have a UK accent, I'll be massive. Bro, that's all you need nowadays. A good UK accent, good delivery, and ask some good questions, and you're that guy.
And you're famous.
Yeah. But talk to me about that lonely chapter, because I think a lot of people go through it.
Yeah.
I've got a few points on it as well.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So when I heard it the first time, it was along something along the lines of, any man who has ever built anything or any man who's got anything worth building in life has either gone through that lonely chapter or will go through that lonely chapter. So me being me, I didn't really count for how far I've come in my life. So looking forward into it, I was like, well, I'm building this, I'm building that, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I feel lonely right now. Yeah, like I am in my lonely chapter right now. But then I looked back compared to the 18-year-old to the 23 or the 24-year-old version of me when I first heard that. I was like, that was a lonely chapter in itself. And to a lot, because obviously I don't value it as much because now that I've achieved it, we as humans are really like greedy. We always want more. We want better. We want to get bigger. But then for some other dude, maybe another brown dude living in the UK or India or Pakistan or whatever, if he looks at my life, he'd be like, I'd be happy where he is right now. Like, that's my end goal. And even when I was building from that 5 or 6 year period, I was lonely. So in anyone else's books of what a man is supposed to build is worthwhile building has to go through that lonely chapter. I went through that lonely chapter. So I kind of want to just put it out there, like, if at this point of time you're working towards something, or if you are doing something that not a whole lot of people know about and you feel like it's getting hard, if you're starting to feel like, fuck, I don't have any sort of validation coming out of it, the thing is not working since you have not told it to anyone. No one's there to give you that mental validation of like, no, keep going, it's going to work out. You're going to feel lonely. There's going to be no point of motivation or no point of hope coming out from anywhere. There's no sunshine at all. It's fucking dark. And then you just kind of have to remind yourself, yep, this is a chapter, have to go through it. And I would love to know, like you said, you've got a few pointers on itself. There's probably going to be life points where you've been alone. And I'd love to know what those points are.
No, I agree with the lonely chapter part. However, the one part I disagree with, the lonely chapter concept is, there's this push of like, ghost everyone, go grind, disappear for a bit. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So they genuinely believe, I'm going to ghost all my friends. I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to think. And what they end up doing is they come back. You see them like 5-6 months later. They're socially awkward. They're probably not in the best shape. And they went through a dark place. They went to a dark place because they actually finally got to sit down with themselves. And they fell into that habit of just go work, home, watching movies. And never really got to, it wasn't even a reflection in a way. They actually just went into a dark place because that lonely chapter, it's this ghost everyone, grind. It doesn't work. We're social creatures. That's what I was going to say. I got some pushback with the lonely chapter idea of like ghosting everyone. There's that concept. I think it's a bit of an extreme concept. And I don't agree with it because I'm like, we're social beings. Yeah. We need friends. I need a friend. I need to say what's up to my boys.
Yeah.
I need my friends to like, I need to go gym sometimes, kick it with the gym. I've trained maybe this whole year alone.
Yeah.
One of my boys was training with me, he got injured, and he's been out for a while. So like, I train in the gym alone. That's probably my lonely chapter. But like, genuinely, I love that having a friend with me in the gym. If I could train by myself or train with my friend, I'd probably train with my friend.
Yeah.
Because I know my friend's going to push me. Not those, like my friend's not coming to the gym and like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
He's pushing me. He's like, push. It's like a toxic, we got that push.
That's anyone who's not seen fucking videos from Diamond Gym up in like...
It's Diamond Gym, bro.
Do you've seen the videos?
Of course, bro. We train, that's how we train. Like Diamond Gym style. Push, TT up. Like, it's intense. Some people think we're weed in the gym, but like, we both got in like super shape.
If it makes sense to you, it doesn't have to care about what other people think.
Yes, because we got in super shape from that.
Yeah.
Like just pushing each other to the absolute limit, got ourselves into like super great shape doing that. But like, I would take that over a lonely chapter, for example, like of that version of like ghost 100%. Everyone, go by yourself. Yeah. And I think young kids need to know like, yo, link your friends. Don't go ghost and say, I'm going to grind. I'm going to come back a millionaire. I'm going to set up my business. Yo, enjoy the company you have because the older you get, you start to realize you got less and less friends.
Yeah.
And I think that is why I agree with that point. And if you go back to my video, even when I said it right now, if you're in that chapter and if you feel like you've got no one, doesn't mean you have to kind of cut everyone off. If you feel like there's no one, you got to remind yourself this is your lonely chapter. And I think the problem with the social media is that it's glorified being alone and working. For example, the other thing that is being glorified right now is the laptop culture. Everyone's fucking off to Bali, living cheaper life than Australia. And then somehow everyone thinks they're credible just because they have a MacBook, they're sipping on their coffee, there's girls in the bikini, and there's like leaves and stuff in the cafes. Yes, the entrepreneurial lifestyle that everyone's showcasing in Bali, it's attractive and it's good, but that doesn't mean that all of these people who are advertising that they're making 20, 30, 40 grand a month are just doing it sitting in that cafe. There's behind the scenes that they don't show you because they want to advertise it like it's a good, easy lifestyle and you should buy from me.
And get the course. Join their course.
Join
That's the course if you want to know, yeah.
Join the course that I recorded in one day and pay me $5,000. Yeah. And then it's the same with Lonely Chapter as well because a big problem with this with the gym community. I'm going to grind. Midnight gym sessions, winter arc, comeback arc, revenge arc. I got to do it all by myself. You don't have to. Like you said, you would go if you had the option to train alone and train with a friend. Yeah. You train with your friend. That's amazing. If I have the option to train with my friends or a friend, I don't really have a big friend group anyway, and train alone, I would train alone because I figured out a lot of my time actually goes into talking about life with my friends when I'm training. We'd talk about stuff, we'd get back into the exercise. The workout was still great, but when I'm alone, I look at and this might be creepy, but I look at the competition photos from the first time when I competed on stage, and I don't like that version of me. And the guys around me who were bigger, who won, who beat me, I was like, fuck. So when I'm training alone, I'm like 24/7 in that mindset. As soon as I step out of the gym, I see one of the homies, I'll be like, hey, what's up? What are you eating today after the gym? Like, what's your meal like? What's your body weight like? What's your coach saying? Or when are you stepping on stage? Or what's going on? So the chat's always there. And I feel blessed that my friends, or even I, from their perspective, understand that if we are in the gym at the same time, we've given each other a nod, like we've acknowledged each other's presence. And then at the end, we get back and start talking again. Because his workout's different. My coach's program's something different for me. So it's just going to come back from what your routine or your workout is like, or what your life is looking like. And if you have the blessing to have a little bit of camaraderie with you, it's going to act like brotherhood serves you in purposes in the ways that you can never imagine.
Are you bodybuilding now?
Yeah, I'll be on stage next year.
So you compete. How's that? How's bodybuilding? I want to get into bodybuilding.
Yeah. How'd you get into that?
Yeah.
It comes back to the Woolly story. So I started working out and I started following all these good guys from Adelaide who were bigger than me. And there was this one dude in particular. I probably shout him out, fucking Liam Denton. And I still to this day follow him and like we talk. And I looked at him and he did a competition. I was like, fuck, that looks good. And I figured out if I had a purpose, like if I have a purpose of stepping on stage, I would stay more regimented. On the days when I'm not feeling like, hey, today's a chill day, I don't want to go to the gym. But like, nah, I need to compete. I want to compete. And if I want to do that, I have to be on top of my game because that's not how athletes or competitive bodybuilders carry themselves. If you're trying to be a professional athlete, you have to act like a pro before you even turn pro. And I found purpose out of that. That is why when I heard that little message like, oh, why did he stop talking to me? I never even rejected him. That chapter was closed, done and dusted. But I already had, I found my calling. Like, okay, I want to step on stage now.
She said I didn't reject him. His algorithm was already on C-Bum, David Lade, and Diamond Gym workouts. And he said, enough's enough, I'm going on stage.
Yeah, funny, because when I was posting that content, fucking, Alex Eubank?
Nah, show me bring up a photo of Alex Eubank.
His name is Alex.
He followed, because he's like the biggest influencer next to Sam Sulek or whatever you want to call
Alex what, sorry?
Eubank. Alex Eubank.
Bro, I've been doing this.
He's like the Greek god with like long hair.
I've been doing the Sam Sulek forearm workouts lately, bro. I'm trying to get them forearms work.
Yeah, like before Sam Sulek, he was the biggest influencer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I know who he is. Yeah, I think I know who he is.
He's friends with the guy who trains at Diamond Gym, Harly.
Hardy.
That dude.
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Another guy, David Lane?
David Lade, that guy's more aesthetic. He's like he's like one of the aesthetically
David
best.
Lade went ghost mode and started playing cards.
Yeah, he's like aesthetically the best. Like they say, one of the best
Gymshark.
Gymshark. Yeah.
But yeah, he was popping off at that point of time. He had like millions of followers, and I would make videos, and that's where I was like, one time everyone was kind of shitting on him, and I felt bad. Like, hey, this guy's kind of like motivated me to do a little bit more content. Not that I'm inspired by his physique. His physique's better than me, great. But I put up a video, just like stitching up one of the hate videos and defending himself. Like, give him a bit of fucking, like cut him some slack. Like he's not slacking off or anything. It's his life. Let him breathe. What is he needs to feel pressured that just because he's got 1.8 million followers, that he needs to make everyone happy. The part where you started following him was he was being real. And now that he's being real and you don't like it, you're shitting on him. And out of nowhere, he follows me back.
No way.
Nice.
Does he follow you now?
Hey?
Nice.
On my old TikTok account, he still follows me. Like if you go to his account, like when you follow each other on TikTok, it shows up as friends.
Yeah, it does.
So the other day I went on to see if he's unfollowed me or whatever, and he still follows me. I was like, oh, mad. I don't even use that account anymore. But that was one other day when I realized like, you get what you put out in the universe. Like I had no intentions from making that video. My video was going to get 600 views or like 1,000 views, 18 likes or fucking 20 likes. But he somehow stumbles across that video through the stitch or the tags or whatever. And he's like, follow back. So I was like, I fuck with that. And after that, like that was also a big, this is a big turning point for me, but like a really small incident. And I was like, you know what? Put positive out there. You can, like, you don't really have to be negative. There's so many people who've built a social media career, podcasts, or their whole social media profiles based on picking out the negatives or critiquing other people. And I'm like, you've built a life on someone else's shoulder. And I don't want that.
Yeah. You know who actually helps me a lot? Sean Ray as well.
Sugar Sean Ray.
Bro, you know he's
Who's that?
he's one of the bodybuilders, but he's got like, there's an audio clip that I've been playing on repeat for the past week and a half.
He's quite hated right now in the industry.
Why is that?
Because like he doesn't hold back. He's real. He says shit that he feels.
He goes, there's a video I've been playing. It's like, I don't listen to like, he goes, I'm never content. When I look at my body physique, I'm never content. I just chuck that in my headphone. So I don't listen to music in the gym.
I don't either.
So what I do is
I listen to Machiavelli motivation.
yes. Okay, so you do that. So what I do is when I go to the gym, no music. I don't listen to music at all. I play gym. I go on TikTok and I just search gym audio men, and I just scroll through them, and that's all I listen to in the gym, and it's absolutely changed my workouts.
Oh, 100%.
Bro, when I started this, I'm not lying to you. I was 96 kilos, fat. Since then, I've dropped down to 88 just by changing the audio because the motivation.
8 kilos down.
88. Yeah,
8 kilos down.
8 kilos down. Just listening to gym audios. Like when I'm in the gym, that's my motivation. And I've always tried to like put people onto it. I'm like, hey, you should listen to this. Like it will change your motivation in the gym.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, it's weird. And I'm like, I always say, this is my favorite line. That's why you look like how you look like, and how I look like how I look like.
Shots were fired.
There's one I listen to. Like I don't know if you've ever heard this one, the Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen that one.
And it's like, bro, that is the greatest audio. You know, the one with Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I'm talking about? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I've not seen Star Wars. I've not seen any of the anime. But when those edits come in, I was like, there's this one about Dragon Warrior from I think it's Kung Fu Panda or something.
Panda, yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, there's like just rage edit with like ballistic music in the background when he says, I was the Dragon Warrior. I'm like, and then it drops and I'm like, that's where I need to do my working set. Like I go fucking wild on that set.
Bro, like it's just a different motivation, man. Like actually, this is revolutionary. I'm like, this changed my life in a way. Even like the Anakin one, that one I was stuck on that for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Just his conversation with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm like, this is the greatest audio. And I would just sit in the gym, just locked in, listening to and lifting like numbers I've never lifted before.
It puts you in a mood that you don't get when you listen to music.
100%. Even like the heartbreak ones.
Oh yeah, I actually,
bro, I've never been heartbroken in my life. I've never had a heartbreak in my life. I listen to that, I'm like, I'm heartbroken. I'm just training, like train like she left you.
I trained like good year and a half on those audios.
Bro, it's a game changer.
You know, because the audios were like, it would be voice. Have you ever heard of the voicemail ones?
Hey, I just seen you.
Yeah, it was like, I'm kind of glad you didn't answer. I just wanted to hear your voice, but message me when you get home and I'll talk to you in the morning. Mwah. And then there's just like fucking emotional music in the background. Like, fuck, it'd feel nice to have someone, man. It feels so nice to have someone.
Bro, it's pain. Guys, people think the gym is fun. Like, people, literally, the thing is, no one talks to me in the gym. Yeah. I only talk to the boys and I scream and I chuck something at them and then I walk off and I do my weights. Yeah. So I'm just those weird guys, but I'm just locked in. So people in the gym actually think, because I go to like a small gym, people in the gym think I'm just like this guy, weird guy. I give people like the little head nods and I'm just pissed off. Because I'm locked in listening to these audios, they actually change your mindset, bro. And I'm like, I don't think this is, in the long term, I don't think it's good for you. I don't actually think it's good for you in the long term. But like in the short term, the results are the results, guys.
Hey, whatever floats the boat.
Bro, go. I'm telling you, Somali Steve, you will become a machine if you just go on TikTok and just write gym audio men and just scroll through them. Bro, I mean, like right now, I'm listening to like...
There's dedicated pages for that.
Yeah, like Diamond Gym. That's all I'm listening to right now. I can't remember who, one of the influencers went there. Sham? Okay, Deevs and Davies, this is some weird rabbit hole but yeah.
Hussein Farhat, I think Hussein Farhat, he went to Diamond Gym Alex Eubank recently went to Diamond Gym. Trent Twins went to Diamond Gym.
I seen that one. That was a hectic one.
But they train like animals there. And it's just, you see them like, yeah, I don't train hard enough, man.
Yeah, bro.
You see them training.
Literally, look. I'm going to go on TikTok. What's my most searched?
All right. Fact check, camera.
Fact check. He's doing a fact check.
What is it?
What is the first, like the recent?
Gym audio.
It's not even my search. It's just given.
David Lade edits. Back workout. Trending gym audio. Best gym arms workout. Gym motivation edits. And then C-bum edits. And then there's Galacticos. I'm guessing like a little bit of soccer.
Galacticos. Shout out. See, look at the Galacticos.
Shout out to Galacticos.
That's not even my searches. That's just like suggested, right?
Yeah. Where have you been, gym edit? Oh, that song. Where? Oh fuck.
Banger. But this is not even my search. It says, literally TikTok's telling me, you may like.
You may like this.
It's telling me you may like this.
Because it's in red.
But like,
suggested.
There's one, I forgot his name, bro. He went to, think his name, Shizzy.
Oh, she's got massive arms, bro.
Yeah, he went to the thing. But let's get back to the interview, guys. We got to be excited. Testosterone went up a bit. Let's bring it down. Do we need some water? We can get the estrogen levels up or what?
No, we're good.
Let's get some tap water, get the estrogen levels up. But I want to talk, before we get into the media agency, I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about presence. How important is presence? When you're meeting people, I think it's like first impressions are important. But how important do you think presence is when you meet someone and just being around people? That aura.
I think, again, it comes from reps. Like the muscles come from...
Besides the muscles. Past that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the muscles come from reps. The presence come from reps.
Facts.
The more you meet people...
Bars. I did not see that coming.
I did not see that one coming.
I did not see that one coming. All right, go.
Every time you are in a surrounding of a social gather, or maybe if you are out with girls, or if you're out with boys, if you're in a group of people that you've never met before, every time you're doing it, getting out of your comfort zone, that's reps. Right, I've never been in a group of 10 people before. Reps. I've only done 3 podcasts before. This is the 4th one. Reps. The 5th one's going to be better. So, and that kind of shapes your presence in a way. I figured out this is the way I like to carry myself. This is the way I want myself to sound. This is the way I want people to perceive me because that's real me. Yeah, when you with your homies, you're like kind of going, your voice is high pitched, you're doing shits and gigs kind of thing. But for the normal people, this is the person that I am. And then you figure out, that's my, like you said, aura. That's my, I don't know if you're aura farming by doing something particular or like you got negative aura for doing something. But yeah, like when I go around people, I'm like, I would love to believe that I'm socially active.
Yep.
I'm not socially retarded or socially awkward or anything like that. But I'm not the guy who would go in there and start just straight away dabbling, like, yo, what's going? Yeah, that's not my thing. It takes me a good 5-10 minutes. I'll give everyone a handshake. If there's men, I'll give like the ladies a good hug and kiss on the cheeks and be like, oh, nice to meet you. Acknowledge everyone's presence. And then eventually when the night unfolds, we get into the conversations. I'm happy and I'm comfy. But some people, for them, they go in there and it's like, bring it here. Come on, man. Like I love seeing it. And I love that energy. I'd bounce off that and I give the same energy back to someone who's doing it. But you got to figure out what your way of handling social situations like.
Also social battery. I think knowing how hard you can go.
Yeah.
Like as in like some people are like, oh, super energy. The thing is like, no, you only got like 30 minutes of a good social battery in you. So don't just use it all up in the handshakes and stuff. What's up? And then it's like, all right, so what do we talk about now? Like,
and I think when you're having meaningful conversations, that battery gets recharged. I figured that out, especially at events, not like massive events where there's like audience of like thousands of people, but if it's like a 40 or 50 people, and then eventually you either meet a guy that you're bouncing off and then you guys get aside on the drinks table, or maybe you're outside in the smoking area and you actually start talking about life, building business. You found some like particular interest that you both have mutually. Or if you talk to a girl and that you guys are bouncing off each other's energy, you're like, okay, why are you single? And then she starts going into the life details and you're talking about life, genuine conversation, not just trying to hit on her. You figure out like, I wasn't really vibing this place anymore, but over the last 17 minutes, over the last 27 minutes, I feel like I want to stay here a little bit longer and keep going with this conversation. And that's like that battery just starts getting recharged.
Facts.
Fair enough, yeah.
Let's talk about the media agency.
Go on.
How did you start that? And what got you into it? You said you studied media.
I did media.
Yep.
So I watched, as funny as it sounds, I watched a movie ages ago. It would come out in 2012, 2013 or something like that. It's a Bollywood movie. And the guy...
Shout out our Dunyas. By the way, I call all South Asians, it's the nickname I have, it's called Dunya.
Dunya.
And what does Dunya mean? Do you speak Hindi?
World.
Yeah. Dunya. That's what I say. I always say Dunya. So anyone from South Asia, I say Dunya.
Shout out to all the Dunyas.
All the Dunyas in the world. That's my thing. I love my Dunyas. Yeah. I always say.
And then, watch that movie. The plot of the movie was...
What's the movie called?
I think it's called YTH, Ye Javani Hai Diwani. It's about a guy. Mm-hmm. He gets a scholarship, moves to Chicago, studies journalism and stuff, and now he's traveling the world doing shows with Fox Traveler, National Geographic, and all that sort of channels, Discovery Channel, and they're filming like the landscapes, cultural shows in Europe and whatnot. And I was like, I would love to do something like that. Like I saw that movie, I just generally got inspired. I was like, and people like at that point in time when I said people like, oh, you're not going to do that. I'm like, I kind of want to. So after my year 12, when I finally got into uni, I picked up media. I was like, I want to do media and comms, and I'll start majoring in journalism. I don't know where my life's going to take me, but at least I feel like this is the thing that I can do for the rest of my life without feeling like I'm stuck. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not that I want to do 9 to 5 or I'd ever do a 9 to 5 properly, but even if it's a 9 to 5 and it involves me being creative, filming, telling people how to do it, being directive, like, okay, you got to do this way, you got to do this that way. And then having the creative freedom of kind of shaping the image of a brand or a channel or a company. And that's in my hands. I feel like I've got initiative. I'd be able to do that. But if it was a accountant job, if it was engineering, or if it was being a doctor and whatever, hey, we need all of them and I respect them, but I just can't be trapped in that little desk or the surgical tools with my hands. Like, I can't be relied upon for that.
You're from Indian background?
Yeah.
What was your parents' reaction? Because we understand you have to be doctor, an engineer, lawyer, that's accountant, you're pushing it. We'll let you go. You're coming out here and saying, I want to do media.
Yeah.
How was that?
And I think the brown people, the Dunyas, understand how this works. I was a single child, didn't have no siblings.
Bro, that pressure would have been crazy.
100%.
So they don't have a safety net to fall back.
There's no safety net. You got no younger siblings that can be like, I will be doctor. But
so I'm like, ride or die kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then
one ticket.
My dad, even to the day I graduated, are you sure you'll be able to do something with this or nah? And then I just kept like rolling with it. And I like you said at the start when you were talking into the camera about the marathon, like the marathon that you ran, or your mum just being completely...
It was 8Ks, by the way. It wasn't a marathon.
I can't do fucking 1K. Yeah. To me, that's a marathon, so respect. But yeah, like your mum being completely surprised and like she actually seeing value in what you're doing. Brown parents just need to see evidence. And once they see it, not that they're going to stop caring about you or they're going to stop questioning you, but like, oh no, he knows what he's doing. Maybe I'm just being a little bit overprotective because they want to protect their kids. Because when you're growing up in quite contrast to the white culture or the white people, the Western culture, they provide you with everything. You have house on your roof. Like you have a roof over your head. You have food on your table. You are provided with a car or like some sort of like motor vehicle to drive. They get you from point A to B. Like everything's looked after. And even to the age of like 28, 29, there's a culture thing that the family stay together. It's not like you're 18, move out of the place. Like you need to be on yourself. So parents are always going to be like that. They want to make sure that they're looking after you because that's how they've grown up. That's how they've seen multiple other members of the family grow up, and that's how they're going to basically raise their child. Mm. So the big thing for me was 18, I'm going to move out. My dad's first thing on the fence side, nah, you're not moving out, only child. So there's like a bit of conflict between mum and dad because mum's like on my side. She's like, let him go, like let him do his thing. That's like, he can do whatever he wants, but he's not going out of the country. So there was a big, debate extended over the months. It would happen every night, every morning, every night, every morning. Okay. And then eventually we got to the point like, all right, I'm going to move out. I had the options to go to Canada, UK, and Australia. Canada, I kind of just cancelled because it's too cold. I'm not going to step out of the bed. Fuck that. And then UK, some people, I don't know, someone told that there's a bit of racism and there's like not safe if you go to London and whatnot. So we left with Australia. I applied to multiple universities. Then I can't go to Melbourne and Sydney because my dad thinks I'm going to party too much. So I've got Perth or Adelaide. I was like, I'm going to pick Adelaide because it's still closer to Melbourne and Sydney. Perth is just kind of like all the way out, not going to be close enough to anyway. And then even the day when I graduated, I can't find a full-time job. I wasn't able to actually find a full-time job for a year. My dad always used to ask, are you sure you'd be able to make a career out of this? Like, he never understood what sort of profession you can be in if you do media. Like, when you're doing medicine, you can be a doctor. If you're doing animal medicine or whatever the vet science thing is, you're going to be an animals doctor. If you're doing accounting, you can be an accountant or a financial advisor or whatever. If you're doing any sort of mechanical engineering, or if you're doing electrical engineering, you're going to be that sort of engineer. But you're doing media and comms. His first question was, so what are you going to be? Like, what? I'm like, oh, I could be like a media strategist. I could be a journalist and all that. Like, I'm pointing out all these terms that fall into the similar sort of media branch. And he's like, there's no money in that. And I'm like, no, there's money. But I think after the COVID shift happened, everything moved online and every brand started selling online. Everything was websites and Instagram reels, TikToks. It was like, you should be able to get a full-time job. No, everything is online. And then for a year, I didn't find a full-time job. Not that he was disappointed. He was more concerned. And then I just went off. I was like, that's enough. I picked up my camera. I tried to apply to a lot of jobs. Everyone's like, where's your professional experience? And I'm like, well, look at my social media. I can shoot. I can edit. I have followers. I have reach. I know what to do. But in their terms, I haven't been paid for it by someone else to do it. So that's not counted as professional experience. I'm like, fair enough. So I go along the idea of someone who put in my head. It was like, why don't you do shoots for other people? Charge them $50 an hour, do gym shoots. Or if there's someone high profile, offer them like a free shoot so that you can put those photos and videos in your portfolio. And then you can just kind of advertise like, hey, use my services as a freelancer. I'm like, fair enough, that sounds good. I started reaching out to people. I remember that is the richest I've ever felt. I worked at Woolworths, I worked at Domino's, I've made $22 an hour, I've made $25 an hour. On a public holiday, I've made $37 an hour. Like, fuck, I'm rich. The first time I did like a paid shoot for someone, I charged them $100 for an hour. And I got 2 videos done. That day, I tell you, I'm walking back home and I feel like I could buy anything. That day, I'm like, yeah, that girl, that's mine. Boys, you want to eat something? Yeah, I got you something. Like, I felt the richest I've ever felt, ever. Because that day I realized there's so much money that you can make just by, and this is the cheapest camera I've ever bought. I have one lens, I have a small $500 Canon camera, and all I knew was I'm a little bit good at editing. I can do it. So I'm like, fuck, I've just found a gold mine. Like, I can do it. And then after that, it's very seasonal. Someone's not going to be booking shoots every week or every month, so it's not sustainable. So I'm like, fuck, okay, maybe I'm not rich. So I got in contact with one of the politicians, and how I got in contact with him was my housemate. He used to see me go out every night, 12 in the morning, to film my content, and he used to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And he was like, your content's good. I don't know why you're not getting as much traction or engagement. I was like, yeah, if I was a girl shaking my ass, I'd probably get more attention, but fair enough. I get it.
It is what it is.
The OnlyFans girl.
Game's the game, man. Can't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah. So respect for that. But he was in touch with like these politicians and whatnot. It's like, oh, one of the politicians, he needs some videos done. I'll get you in contact. I got in contact with him, did some videos, and I kind of charged him really less. And he was like, are you mad? Like, are you stupid? Like, you need to be charging way more money for a video like this, because I know people pay upwards of that amount, $600, $700, $800 for that video. I'm like, I thought he was just fucking around, like he's just joking. And then we started working together, and I started invoicing him like quite high. And then when I'm in the parliament, all you see is these big dogs, the other politicians. There's bigger people who have businesses who are, whether they're forming relationships or trying to get permissions for land or like shops and whatever, but they are coming there. And I'm like, cool, there's a lot of money in Adelaide too. Because in my mind, Adelaide's just a small country town. Yeah, it's a city, but it's like a small country
City
town.
of churches.
Yeah. So I'm like, nah, there's like a whole lot of money to be made in Adelaide too. So I got my cards printed out. I was like, all right, I gotta reach out to people. And then this one time, this guy comes in, and his dad owns a lot of restaurants up in North Adelaide. Respect to them. First ever client. Still, we work together. If you're watching this ever, grateful for you. And then I reached out to him and was like, do you need marketing for any of your places? And he was like, yeah, we're looking for someone to do social media and marketing. And then the politician that I was working with, he kind of just on the spot vouched for me. He's like, yeah, Harley is my social media guy. Does like an amazing job. All of my social media stuff is done by him now. So I had to chase the dude whose dad owns all the businesses for like a couple months. Eventually got the first cafe. Do it. Within like a week or week and a half, they loved the stuff because they just wanted to see if I'd be able to do something like visually pleasing, or they would see the value in the money that they're spending. They gave me another one, followed by another one, followed by another one. At one point, I was like, I've got like 5 or 6 cafes. I can't do them all by myself. Because at the same time, I'm doing like Woolies as like my part-time job. So I still need like a couple $100 coming from there. Then I'm working with the politicians. So I'm getting like a few $100 from there. And then I have got this so much more responsibility. Not everything can be on like me. So that's when I asked my now business partner and my best mate who was living with me at that point in time. He makes music. Shout out to Zanny. I was like, I want you to be my business partner. So that you can take 3 restaurants. I can take 2. And like, we'll just grow this shit out of because he was working retail as well. He was working Telstra. And he was grinding on his R&B music on the background. Like, so he was quite pissed off with his life that he was living 9 to 5, chatting to customers. Do you need a new plan? I'll get you a finance phone. I'll get you this. Do you want extra accessories for your iPhone? $40 extra. So he was just tired of that lifestyle. It was like, all right, let's send it. So he bought another camera and we started kind of expanding. From one thing led to another. It was like a chain reaction when everyone sees that all of these big restaurants are working with you, and the other ones are like, oh, we want something like this. So they reach out to the same people who have done that place's work. And then we were like, all right, Adelaide's kind of like in the grip now. There's a little bit of name for yourself because, like I told you before the pod, since Adelaide's not that big, it's easier to build a name for yourself. If you fuck around too much, people know. If you do anything good, people know. If you do anything bad, people know. That's the positive and the negative of Adelaide. And after that, we're like, we'll just run a few ads up in Melbourne and Sydney. Why not? So we started doing that. We got reached out by an Italian place from Melbourne and was like, we'll fly out, we'll do your stuff. They loved it, and now we're working with them on a regular basis. That is why pretty much we're in Melbourne every month. And then we also get like small clients here and there in Melbourne because they're like, oh, we need a one-off project. We need a website video done. We need the websites done. That's how we got contacted by one of the hotels up in Sydney next to the Harbour Bridge. And we're like, cool, we'll fly out, we'll do your shit. And then we figured out there's just so much money to be made. A lot of the clients in Adelaide are on like a monthly retainer. So they pay every month, and then Melbourne clients, and then Sydney was like a one-off, but you still get clients every one-off now and then. We got reached out by a client from Dubai. They make sparkling and mineral water, but they're like an Italian-based brand based in Dubai. So they're making Italian water, but in Dubai, reaching out to all the entrepreneurs. So it's like it's like a $200 bottle of water. It's like a status symbol. So they wanted like a really bougie video for their website banner so that they can justify the amount of money that they're selling water for. And then I don't think I've actually hit the potential of the media agency yet. We've got staff now working for us. So there's ups and downs some months they're like, a restaurant's not doing well. And the first thing that they think they can get rid of is the marketing. So they will be like, hey, no strings attached. But I think we've already spent like a lot of time. They're out of their contract anymore. So they'd be like, we want to take a pause. Like, we want to pause it up. We want to take a break because the season's not doing that well. But now that we're moving into the summers, places are going to be pumping and they need more marketing. So there's seasons where you're like, oh, fuck, this month I did so much more money. But the next month you do get like a little bit less. You just have to be okay with it.
What would someone, let's just say someone's about 17, 18, not even 18. Let's just go 21, 22.
Right.
How much money do you think they would need to set up a media agency? Just simple from scratch, your position.
When I kind of pull the trigger, like I'm pulling the trigger and going all in on myself, my best mate in terms of the media side of things, Corey, he's moved to Melbourne like 3 days ago. He's on the professional bodybuilding media team, and he was the big shark of the fitness industry in Adelaide. If anyone was getting videos, photos, any sort of media work done, it was Corey. So the day when I had like no jobs at all, I left Woolworths completely at one point. Domino's is gone and everything is done. And I'm like, fuck, I don't really have more money coming in regularly. And if I'm going all on and in, I need to catch up with him because he's done for himself. And I kind of just was like, what do I need to do? How do I need to do? How do I need to reach out to people? Tell me everything. And instead of gatekeeping it, because I could potentially be a head-on competitor to him, he laid out everything. He gave me all the advice that he had. Not that he had a lot of scientific or like technical systems in place. He was like, just be good at your skill. Reach out to these people. If I have any people come up to me and I can't take them, I'll send them to your way. And he did. He sent that, like the first few clients that I also got in the media industry side of things, they came from Corey. And in terms of answering your question, it would be how much money would anyone realistically need to set it all up, at this point of time, the day and age, you could do it with your iPhone right now. I'd probably say $1,000 to $2,000 and you're good to go. But keep in mind, you are not going to call yourself an agency because you're doing it all by yourself. So you are a freelancer. By the time, if you can get someone who's also a designer to help you with graphics and website, and then you have all the services collected in one place, that's when you can start calling yourself an agency, a one-stop shop where everything is happening. So if anyone comes to us for like websites, yep, we do them. Videos, yep, we do them. Photos, yep, we do them. Branding, we can do them. Oh, you need social media ads, spending money, we can do that. And then till the time we were not able to do that, we were just calling ourselves a media service, not an agency. So that's where a lot of the times there's these kids who've got a camera, like I run a media agency. No, you're a freelancer. It sounds fancy because you're trying to sell a course to someone on how to build a media agency. That is why I've never built a course. I will never tell anyone how to build a media agency. Pay me $5,000 and I'll teach you. That's just free source that's on YouTube.
We'll do it right now. We're going to do it right now just from what you've given me, the advice you've given me. Step one, you got $1,000 to $2,000. Go work in Woolies, whatever. Go get a camera.
Yeah.
Then after that, go around.
The first thing would be get good at the camera.
Get good at the camera. So spend a good month. So step one, get a camera. Get good at the camera work for a month. Work on editing. Download Adobe Premiere Pro, whatever.
Get DaVinci, it's free.
DaVinci, free. Do videos, go to the park, record the sunset, work on stuff like that, make edits. Step two, reach out to people.
Yeah.
Reach out to people.
Brings us back to the conversation that we were having like 30 minutes ago. Rejections. You're going to get only so much before someone says yes.
Yep. So someone, let's just say, find influencers, someone that does gym content, someone that has a small business, they're selling a kebab stand, whatever. Just tell them, hey, listen, I'll make you some videos. Step two, add it to your portfolio. Before
adding it to your portfolio, yes, the final edit, you can always add it into your portfolio. But if you want to have extra BTS, spend extra $300 on the Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
Okay.
And film yourself going into a little cafe. Hey, I want to do a free video for you. Do you mind if I do a video for you? Since you've got that video recorded that you are going out, putting yourself out, people relate with that because you're trying to hustle, you're trying to grind. And people are like, I love that dude. He's doing something for himself. So you pick that little clip, the restaurant says yes, the cafe says yes, and then you put the edit at the next part.
Okay.
So people can see the BTS, plus at the same time, the final product.
Adds a human side. That is in step two. Under that, we're putting it called optional. That's the bonus.
Yeah, go on.
Side quest. That's side quest. You can say that one will get you extra points. Step three, set up your Instagram page. Start posting the content you're doing there.
And I would say put your face on it. Give a human side that people can interact with. Because if I go on a page that's just got photos and videos, who am I talking to? Who am I communicating with? I don't have a human point of touch. So might as well get it done by AI or get someone else to do it for me. But when people, and I think it's with everything in terms of social media, business. When you go to a coffee place and you have a regular coffee place, the barista knows you, you give him a dab or you give him a fist bump. That's because you have that interpersonal relationship with that person. You've seen him every morning. You've seen her every morning. They know what your go-to order is. You've shared a little bit of life experiences and stories. And when people feel like they can relate with you and they can connect with you, they buy. People buy with emotion and then justify it with logic. That's it.
That is so true.
Facts. That's facts.
Very true.
So that's we're up to step 4.
That was step 3 and then just add on like relationship.
So, when you say step 3, bonus again, side quest. This stuff will make you this stuff will make you Harly. Oh, this stuff will get you on talking trophies.
You can be better than Harly any day.
So that's step 3.
Especially if you're white, you have white privilege.
Man, we can get into that topic if you want, but we'll get back on track. Step 4.
Make money.
No, step 4. Grow your customer base.
Well, after step 3, I think if you keep posting the stuff, you're eventually just going to get land clients and your page is going to start growing anyway. So you don't have to worry about getting followers. Like I said, a lot of people are so fixated on, I need 10K followers to be able to do something on social media. Nah, if there's 10,000 people watching your stuff and then don't give a fuck about you and they don't buy from you, they're a waste of money. But if 1,000 people paying you $10 each, you make 10 grand. So you need to have the right followers instead of a lot of followers.
The right followers. So so I think in that stage, you're setting up the page. You're probably going to start working on the page. It's going to start getting followers, start getting likes. When do you start adding an individual, as Somali Steve said, getting that business partner? Is that step 5? Once you've grown enough that you're...
I would not say not necessarily like you said, you would go to the gym with your best mate because he pushes you. For me, it was the thing, if I know, like, he's my brother. So I know for a fact, like, it's all safe and sound. Sometimes you can find snaky people. But with him, everything is safe and sound. I love him. He loves me. And, like, we're in this together. So if you have someone of that quality, of that, like, built, like, it's like you need to be built different. If you are holding yourself to high standards, you need to have someone who's going to match up to the standards. Not someone who's going to slack off. Because if you have the wrong type of business partner or the wrong type of employees, the brand name goes down. It's not your name in total. It's going to be like, yep, that guy does a shit job. His company does a shit job. And you don't want that for yourself. So if you have someone you feel like, yep, could be a worthy business partner and it would help you even expand further, that's when you're like, all right, I would love to bring business partners in. But if you don't want a business partner, you can just grow your team. Just have employees.
Have employees. That was a 5-step. We did a $5,000 course. Send your money to the pay ID of Talking Trophy. But pretty much that's it. That's how you can grow a business. It sounds so simple. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lonely chapter. It's just grind, a bit of discipline.
And hey, when you start making money, just don't get too distracted.
Yeah, facts.
I've seen. I found
the source.
I found myself. I was lucky enough. I caught myself when I was starting to get distracted. But I've seen so many people build so much and then go all the way down. And then it's all because they let money and a little bit of fame get to their head.
Yeah.
Remember where you come from.
Facts. Bro, what an episode.
Crazy episode.
Listen, before we even wrap it up, I made an acting debut. Can we bring the video up? Go on the Instagram, shoot a shoot. I did a gig. There's a basketball community organization called Shoot a Shoot.
I love that. Shoot a shot.
Yeah, so they do a community basketball event every year. It's an annual event. And they made an announcement. And Sagali, I worked with Sagali and Petros. So Sagali is the president of Shoot a Shoot. And Petros is the director.
Yeah.
And Sagali's like to me, hey, bro, you want to act? I'm like, I've never done it before. He's like, you want to act and as a president? I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a crack. I've never acted before. This is my acting debut. It's always been about the youth. Because when they find their voice, the story writes itself.
The president of Shoes live right now. I'll this is not a drill.
Yo, that's the president. It's the president. He's speaking.
Aren't you meant to be the president?
November 2021, when Shoot a Shoot began, it wasn't just about basketball. It was about bringing people together after the toughest time our city has experienced. After isolation, we needed something to remind us that community was still alive. We built bikes, we ran school programs, we opened doors to therapy and healing. We became the first to have Muslim hijabi referees for a major basketball tournament. And when history said it couldn't be done, our people proved otherwise. Our next event marks 5 years, half a decade of Shoot a Shoot, half a decade of us. After deep reflection on the standards we hold ourselves to, we've decided to postpone our 2025 main event and move it to 2026.
What about Never Count Us Out? Assistants who want to hoop and ref? What happens to them?
The athletes. We're gonna hoop. What about the youth? Mom's life. Drive.
Mr. President, we took time off for this. We even saved money for this.
We even bought your merch for this.
Exactly. This event means something to the city.
You from Melbourne City, but it's summer, get stolen. Cover your face, you don't wanna get comfy. Swallow book for the niggas with bungee. East African, I'm from Melbourne. Real young, genius like Sheldon.
That goes hard.
Guys, how's acting? How's acting?
Brother, 8 left, no crumbs.
Huh?
That wasn't your first time acting.
Yeah?
Or you've been acting all your life.
No, I've never done it before. That was me making my acting debut. Yeah, bro, good opportunity.
Sign up to Star now or something. Fucking get on Netflix.
Bro, I should get into that.
They charge you $10
That
a
was
month.
crazy, honestly. But
They charge you $10 a month, but they tell you about every audition that's coming from like Amazon Prime and Netflix and shit.
Oh, no way.
That's how
I don't know if I'd ever do acting, to be honest. The only reason, so what happened was, so Sagala's like to me, hey, you want to be you want to do this acting gig as a president? I'm like, yeah, just send me the script. Because I'm like, There's this quote I've been running on for like the last 2-3 months, and it's helped my confidence a lot. The quote was, embarrassment is an underrated emotional experience that we don't actually so we don't actually experience it as much.
Oh, you need it though.
And we need it so much because you learn so much about yourself. You put yourself out there and you're like, because I think most of the time we're like, oh my God, I low-key was like, bro, this is going to be corny, low-key. I was thinking these thoughts. I'm like, people are going to think I'm corny, whatever. What am I doing? Like, I'm going to act and stuff now. Like, what's going on? But I'm like, this is a good opportunity to try something new, something out of my comfort zone. And like, look, the editing did most of the job. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, no, the cinematography is really fucking
amazing, yeah. But like, that was a great opportunity. I'm like, wow, I enjoyed the whole experience. I'm like, this is actually so fun. Yeah. But if I never did it, I would never have that experience, that joy, the laughter.
And
bro,
you
it was
would
so
not
fun.
be able to say, have you ever done acting before? Yeah, I have.
Bro, from now on, I'm adding this to my resume.
Add it.
I'm adding this to my resume, bro. But it was a great opportunity, bro. Shout out Shoot for giving me the opportunity. And crazy working as well with 76 Petros. He's a director. He's from Eritrea. He's from the same tribe as me. Like, and we're like 2% of the country.
Yeah, I saw on the side, like he directed the whole thing.
Yeah, he's great. Like, he's actually switched on, bro. Like, seeing him work like that.
76 Petros is what I'm gonna follow as soon as I had the camera.
He's switched on, bro. He's a switched on guy. But yeah, bro, crazy opportunity. Shout out Shoot for that. Bro, Harly, how'd you find the podcast? You've done 3 podcasts beforehand. 4 podcasts. This is your 4th. You've done 3 prior.
Yeah. Because I told, like I was telling him as well, I used to have my own podcast ages ago, but that was solely based on like the physique and the bodybuilding side of things. But then as I grew out of that personality, I was like, I can't just, linger around that similar sort of platform. And I was like, I'll let go of it.
Yeah. How was this one? You've done 3 before. How was this one of all of them?
I think I was a little bit more open about, because people also want to play safe. They not always want to say that we talked about the red pill stuff. I didn't talk about that on any of those because they're like, no, we'll keep that one safe. I still want to get monetized. I don't want people to cancel me. And I'm just like, you got to put something real out there. And I appreciate that. I don't think you said anything wrong. I think it's just a conversation. Like, it's just like, it's a genuine conversation people are having.
100%. And I think, yeah, bro. I love these one-on-one interviews because I can flex my interviewing skills. I love flexing I genuinely say I'm the best interviewer in Australia. I'm the best because we're not sitting here.
Give me 3 months.
That toxic competitiveness, guys. We will go rep for rep, guys. We will go rep for rep. But I think genuinely, this is the thing with Australia. I think people are having it's just like fake laughter half the interviews and just like no conversation, and it's just like, yeah, thank you. And like, for example, if someone comes from overseas, oh my God, you're the greatest person ever. Just constant glazing. And there's no conversation done. Or it's like, let me be extremely critical of this person and push back on them.
You don't need to put someone down or like gas them up. Just let them tell their story. Let them say what they want to say. Especially with the people who are coming from overseas or like who are bigger personalities. They're kind of tired of being glazed. Because they are media trained, they are PR trained, and they know what to say and when to say. But if you have a chat with them off camera, they're like so different people. And that's what I've personally experienced. Anyone that I've talked to who's been like a big dude or like someone who's got substantial amount of money and they have to be careful of what they say on their social medias, camera switch off, there's no recording going on. I've actually heard things like, yeah, man, I have to do it for the media. I'm like, fuck.
They're a sellout. They're a sellout. That's what they are. Bro, Harly, hey, good luck with everything, all your endeavors, bro. Your story is inspiring. I hope someone benefits from this. Genuinely enjoyed your company. And Somali Steve, you've said 10 words. Say more.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, there's nothing for me to really jump into because you guys had a perfect little 1-2 going on. But Harly, it's been a pleasure meeting you as well.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for jumping onto the pod.
Deevs and Davies, we're going to wrap it up there. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your night. Stay humble. Faith.